site audit, hit hard in the last algo update, what do? And let me go ahead and get a picture for you guys so you have something to look at while we're auditing this, because unfortunately we cannot show you the website. All right. There we go. So just looking at what we're seeing right here in Ahrefs, yeah, it got hit hard. You know, there's no sugarcoating that. I think it's pretty apparent by looking at the graphs. DR18, which you know, it's not too high, and the DR is, you know, DR18, and you're having 768 referring domains, historical 1.4 thousand referring domains, and only having a DR of 18 is pretty low. So just right off the bat, kind of looking like your link quality might not be too good, but it might also just be a bunch of Web 2.0 spam that a lot of websites get now. So we'll look into that in just a minute. Organic keywords, 851. Let's see how many pages he's got. Or did you already look that up?
No, I'm just doing the back end stuff. I'll see a few things.
Website looks like it's got about 259 URLs indexed. Not sure if the site actually has more and some of them got de-indexed, but it's got 259 indexed. Having 259 pages, 851 organic keywords. What do you think about the keyword count based on the number of pages he has? Does it seem a little
Wait, I'm
low?
sorry?
I just kind of like to look at like the amount of keywords they have versus how many pages they have.
Oh,
So he's
gotcha.
got like 259 URLs indexed, but he's only got about
Yeah.
851 keywords. I would say it seems kind of low.
Well, it's definitely, yeah. Yeah, everything is definitely low right now on this
But he
site.
also, yeah, he lost all his keywords. So
Mhm. Now my like, yeah. Go on. I'm
I'm
sorry. I've been
stupid.
looking at the back end here, and now I'm going through his backlinks, and I think I see a couple issues. Now I'm going to take a guess here and say you haunt Fiverr guest posts, or did at some point in time, or like a lot of backlinking comes from something like that. Um, and then while your anchors look good at a glance, then if you look at the best pages by links, you'll notice that the homepage gets the majority, but by a very small margin. And then there's a bunch of inner pages that are kind of heavy. But then also when looking through these backlinks, I'm seeing what, you know, it doesn't look like the highest quality of link profiles. It's not the worst either, but if you are especially buying like guest posts and things like that, and that's where you're getting your quote authority from places that are literally more link farming, which I'm familiar with a few of these sites because I'll use stuff like that every once in a while as well. But I would venture to guess that a bunch of your top DR domains that are linking to you are from link farm type guest posts.
I actually don't like his anchors. He's got a bunch of these really long anchors.
Yeah, the yeah URL ones. I was just mainly
Well,
saying like
not
at
the
least at the
URL
top.
ones, just kind of these like long tail ones, like how to blah blah
I'm
blah
pretty
blah
sure
blah
that's
blah blah.
Web 2.0 stuff, isn't it?
Well, I excluded the subdomains on this, so it shouldn't be.
Okay.
But yeah, the anchors, I mean, it looks, a lot of the stuff looks just not very natural at all. That's not how sites normally link to stuff in a normal
Yeah, I would
article.
say. I mean, the back at a glance, the backlinking is definitely not.
Looks manipulative.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at anchors. I'm gonna go into backlinks now, have a look around. Um, okay, so the you know, a huge part of his backlink profile is just Web 2.0s. I'm only getting
Mm-hmm.
262 back or referring domains now in here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, the majority of those, let's see, majority of those are under like DR20 or so, so pretty low authority on most of them. And the stuff that's over DR20, kind of look around. It looks like all like guest post type stuff. You clicked through the sites and they look kind of low
Yeah.
quality or
Yeah, I mean, they just look like the type of stuff that you get from like, people that are farming out links. You know,
gotcha.
basically like high-end kind of PBN type sites. Not in the sense that they operate like PBNs, right? Like, but that they are, pushing out a whole bunch of content for pay on there, and that's the primary purpose of the website.
Yeah, I see this one popular Fiverr guest post site up here.
There's a few of them, yeah. And that's like automatically, I was like, oh, I recognize a couple of you from those lists that get passed around. I've got access to these 200 sites. Which do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, nothing wrong with that. But if you're doing this kind of backlinking, you have to understand if me and Chris can sit here and kind of analyze it and say that it's unnatural and like where it came from, then Google for sure as shit can. So again, best recourse of action would be to diversify into higher quality authority links. I wouldn't worry about like disavowing any of this stuff right now. I would just, shift away from this practice of being a bit more spammy, and trying to gain favor again in the SERPs. You did ask in your question whether you should start over. Um, you know, I would personally prod with higher quality linking methods, but if you're not worried about it, you could always just get started. You could 301 this domain to a new domain and just kind of restart from there, transfer all your content over, etc. But usually, and this is going to be a personal preference, but on a personal note, if I see something like this, then I'm always going to try and prod at it because sometimes it doesn't take as much effort as you might think to gain favor again. And sometimes it might, do the opposite, but you don't know until you start kind of prodding at it. And that's just the way it is.
Um, the fact that that it lost so many keywords makes me feel like,
Yeah, that's another thing. Did it get penalized? Because I mean, that's a hard drop. It's not a slap. It's a,
yeah.
it's we're taking you out of here.
And yeah, exactly. So I feel like the authority, the increase in authority it seems like Google wants is not really the factor here. Um, seems like have you ever actually looked at the site itself at all?
Yeah, I started going through some of the inner pages and stuff. I mean, like it's an affiliate site. It's an obvious affiliate site. It's, I think, exclusive to Amazon and then some AdSense stuff. Um, what I do like about, oh, I don't like these pop-ups, but whatever. What I do like about it is it's niched down in a very interesting kind of niche. Somebody I think though has probably talked about this kind of website because we've seen a couple in this niche specifically, which is even weirder. So the content looks fine. Looks like, you've got your interlinking is a little weird in some places. Like you've got some like a generic anchor here going back to the home page, which doesn't serve any real purpose, which makes me wonder. Hmm. And then you're exclusively, yeah. So that's another thing I've been wondering about is if a website is obviously routing people to, like, let's just say Amazon. What I've kind of found is usually it helps to diversify the websites that you're sending traffic to. Um, like on my affiliate sites, usually I've got at least two different affiliate partners, and I'm going to be linking out to quite a few different websites. If you don't have multiple affiliate partners, I think it still can kind of help to send links to other comparable things. And I'm not talking about like a lot of them, but maybe sprinkle in a couple contextually. And then, when you're linking to outbound authority links, I see a lot of um, source anchors. You probably want to diversify the anchors you use to outbound authority links as well. Just small things like that would help out.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing too much on the site itself that looks like a big glaring problem. Um, do you see anything on the website itself that you think looks like a huge problem?
No, nothing huge, no.
Gotcha. Um,
Because like categories all laid out fine, it seems like. Well, I guess your menu is kind of strange. Like if it's indicative of how this site's structured at all, like under home, you've got some random articles, then learning resources. I don't, I'd have to be in there to see how you've got like categories structured and stuff. But just based on how this menu is looking, maybe there's some room to organize and work there too. You see what I'm talking about?
sorry, I wasn't listening. You said
Don't worry
the
about it.
categories could be better?
Like look under home, and
Yeah,
it's like okay, that makes me think
it's
that
kind of
maybe
weird.
like categories are just not set up to be very optimized as
The
far
other
as
ones look
crawlability
okay.
goes. Yeah, the other ones seem like they're okay, but yeah, I don't know what it looks like unless
Yeah, I don't know what
I'm
that.
not in there.
That's weird that the home one has the things under it. But yeah, I mean, as far as the website goes, I mean, it looks fine to me. I don't really see anything crazy on the website itself.
No,
Um, like no big glaring issue.
no. One thing I would probably just do though, I would probably, and this is again just preference. I don't imagine it's going to fix your site or anything, but this site's set up like how a PBN would be set up. And I mean like a basic PBN, like no design, just like minimum input into the homepage, which typically I like the homepage to act as like a hub page, showcasing everything that's going on versus a blog roll. Not to say that you can't use a blog roll, not to say that this wouldn't work, but I just feel like I would personally switch that up too.
Yeah. I just feel like I feel like this one kind of, I mean, so, we found some things in the off page we didn't like that, the links kind of didn't look great and the anchor text was unnatural and stuff. Um, but it also like definitely wasn't like the worst we've seen as far as off page goes.
No,
So this kind of I kind of lumped this one in the realm of like it's pretty hard to understand like what exactly is going on here, and why it got hit so hard. Um, if you're still here, Andrew, did you not get any messages in Google Search Console? Like, did they say anything about a penalty or something in there? Manual penalty? Um, I mean, I guess it'd be an algorithmic penalty, and it wouldn't have anything in there if it hit during the algo update. But um, yeah, I mean,
it's
it's
just that's really nasty hit though.
kind of hard to explain exactly what we would do other than the off page. The off page, start building quality links, um, mid to high authority. Just focus on the home page for now. Natural anchors, URL anchors, branded anchors, generic anchors, topical anchors, not exact match stuff, but just topical, something that's not you're trying not trying to rank for that keyword, but has to do with your topic. But probably focus mostly on just branded URL and generic kind of stuff.
Page.
and yeah, to the homepage. Niche edits, guest posts. Stay away from PBNs for now. Um, maybe stay away from the Fiverr links. Uh, yeah, I didn't look at a bunch of sites myself, but if it's a bunch of link farm type stuff, then you definitely want to not do that. Um, yeah, that's kind of where I'd go. And like Nick was saying, having been up to almost 40K traffic on this website, I'd be pretty I wouldn't want to give up on it right away, especially considering that we've seen a lot of websites kind of have these like miraculous recoveries after this algo update, after they kind of started working on stuff and trying to get things tuned up. So I definitely wouldn't want to, throw in the towel right away on this one. I'd probably want to try to figure things out and, move forward with some solid link building. Go and take a look at all your content. Make sure your optimization's good. Take a look at your search intent. Make sure you're matching search intent everywhere. Take a look at your internal linking. What else can we take a look at that could make such a big difference? Um,
Let me see something.
you still looking?
Yeah, I'm gonna look something up real quick.
Yeah, it says there's no message in Google Search Console started losing traffic on May 18th. So that's actually right before the algo update, but a bunch of sites started doing that as well. Um, Coverage that was indexed and not submitted in sitemaps. I'm not really a technical SEO guy, but if they're indexed, I'm pretty sure that's good. What does the index and not submitted mean? I'm such a noob when it comes to this stuff. I hate this stuff.
I don't know. I have no idea. We're pros. We're pros.
It's kind of,
I mean, like, there's a lot of stuff where
if it's indexed, it should be fine. Unless you're seeing a bunch of like errors and like red stuff in Search
coverage shows
Console, then you
indexed and not submitted. As in, you haven't submitted a sitemap
if you don't have a
in
sitemap, that would
GSC?
be definitely something to look into. You could just add Yoast or something.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I'm guessing that's what you're saying there, right?
Yeah, it's like
Indexed
in
and
Google
not
Search Console,
submitted.
we'll say like indexed
Yeah.
and not submitted.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, any site you put up, you want to submit a sitemap,
As long as it's
or
not
at least
showing up
have
as
Yoast
like
on there and let it, or something on
as
there.
long as it's not showing up as errors in Google Search Console, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's saying like, hey, you should fix this, then something to look into. But I mean, if they're indexed, I wouldn't think there's really much of an issue there.
I don't think that's why you get all those ranking drops.
No. Um, yeah. Anything else to say on this, Nick?
Mm, no, not really. I mean, other than, Chris and I, when we work on here with audits, like we're going through things quickly, and we're giving you ideas of maybe where to start looking or prodding with things, right? Um, Having said that, I think that sometimes, people think that there's like this easy miracle cure to a lot of these websites. And sometimes we do find things like that. But sometimes, and for like a site like this, things are a bit more complex and you do have to get in there and you have to start digging. So these are places that are worthwhile starting points. But, know that you are going to have to tackle this throughout some time, right? So put some, like a block of space specifically for your backlink issue, specifically for exploring the on-page values of the site and where things might have, needed a little bit of tweaking, etc. But yeah, no, it's going to take some time. Like when I'm working on a site that's taken a real heavy hit, sometimes it can take, months, literally months of doing the right thing repetitively in order to get it to come out of that hole. So you also have to, kind of stay tenacious and know that the stuff that you're doing correctly. And over time, you'll reap the rewards of it.
One thing I'm gonna add here, just looking at his website a little bit more, is take a look at what percentage of your pages are monetized. What percentage of your pages have
Mm,
affiliate links on them? Because every page I've looked
so
at so
one
far
affiliate.
has at least some affiliate links on it. Um, I think I might have just found the first one that does not have an affiliate link on it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good find too.
So yeah, that's a thing. Some people recommend only having uh, like 30% or 40% of your content have affiliate links on it. We've been recommending like 50-50. Just what I've clicked through so far, it definitely looks like you're not, it looks like you have almost everything monetized. Almost everything has affiliate links in it. That this was something from like an algo update ago, but maybe just in line with Google kind of tightening up on everything else. Maybe you didn't get a hit for it before, but maybe now you're maybe it's factoring into things. I think I just found another one that doesn't have an affiliate link in it, so it might not quite be the case, but definitely something you can look into. Sorry, I'm just looking at one more thing. I've also noted, or I've seen quite a bit on your articles. You a lot of times you link right away at the very top of your article. You'll link to something else, like, oh, by the way, check out this article as well. I would say it's probably not like really a best practice, and it's also something Google might not necessarily like too much. They call it. They have a name for it. Call it like gateway content, or I can't remember what they call it. But it's basically where you have a page and you're ranking for that page, but right at the top of the article, you're like, hey, go to this other article instead.
The marijuana of SEO tricks. Gateway.
Oh, I get it. I get jokes. But yeah, you might want to look into a little bit more of like the last algo update as well that really targeted affiliate sites. Because it appears that you might not be kind of following some of that stuff, which, like for example, listing more than one place to buy from, or using unique images or unique videos that no one else has, and writing from personal experience in your blog rather than like, this is what it has, it does this. But using a lot of words like, I did this with it. When I did this, it did it really well. I don't know, just making it seem like you actually use the product rather than just being some guy on the internet who's like telling you the specifications of stuff. Because yeah, I'm not really seeing the article I'm looking at. I don't see like, it doesn't look like you reviewed these things at all, right? You're just like kind of talking about like what they are, what it does. So yeah, definitely look into the last algo update as well. If I was going to start somewhere, and like Nick was saying, it's hard to do this stuff on live stream because to do a real audit of stuff, I mean, we'd be looking at things for hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this was me, the things I would start with are, I would look at the previous algo update and look at how it affected affiliate sites and what affiliate sites need to be doing to not get hit. And I would be focusing on some quality, diverse link building to your homepage with natural anchors, niche edits and guest posts from non-link farm sites. That's where I would get started, and I would just go from there and see how things go, and then maybe look into things deeper if you need to. So yeah, hopefully that helps. But especially with this last algo update, things are just kind of confusing. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.